If you've ever noticed when you're looking on Google Earth or maybe flying somewhere in an airplane, there aren't too many commercial buildings with solar. Yet when you fly over the suburbs right next door, you might notice that 30% or maybe even 50% of the houses in that same community are covered with tiny black rectangles. So what's the deal here? Why are the big power users not adopting solar at the same rate as the tiny power users? Well, the answer is actually pretty simple. Commercial users aren't charged the same way as residential users. Residential users really just have one main electricity charge. It's for the kilowatt hours that they consume. Now, commercial users, on the other hand, typically have two material charges, one for the kilowatt hours that they use and another for the demand that they place on the grid. This is essentially a charge for the times when businesses have to draw a large amount of power all at one time. Now, the problem with solar in commercial applications has always been that demand charges could not be offset. So you were left trying to recoup your investment in a solar project with kilowatt hour savings alone, which really didn't work all that well. But all of that is changing. New battery technology now makes it possible to store the excess energy that your solar system produces and release it in a manner fast enough to all but eliminate most demand charges. Now you pair that with new solar technology that makes it possible to produce as much as 30% more power per square foot than just a few years ago, which makes it possible to support more batteries. And you pair that with an increase in federal subsidies for batteries and solar. Next, you pair that with battery prices that have plummeted over the last decade. And finally, you pair all of this with financing tools that now make it possible for commercial solar to realize savings from day one. What we are left with is a much more compelling case for commercial solar. Commercial solar no longer needs ESG mandates or complicated 25-year PPAs with annual escalators to make sense. And I think as a result, we're going to see a lot more people gravitating towards generating their own power in a commercial application. If you'd like to learn more about how on-site generation might benefit your business, please check out the link below.